Secretariat in the state capital. Anambra State receives boost in development through partnership with United Nations Development Program. Code of Conduct Bureau Chairman Issa gives President Buhari end of tenure asset declaration form in the State House. Mozambique government proposes bill to cut salaries of top government officials. Hello, beautiful morning to you and welcome to Breakfast News at 8. I am David Opokwasele. Before the news in details, here is a special message. Governor Chukwu Masoludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. We begin from here in Oka, where a few days to the end of his administration, President Muhammadu Buhari commissioned Federal Secretariat Complex, Oka, Anambra State, among other legacy projects. Correspondent Joseph Ebocha has the details.
The Secretariat project, named after the first Nigerian female engineer and head of service, Engineer Ebele Ofunna Amako Okeke, is located at Plus S6 Executive Business District Layout, Oka South Local Government Area, and situated on 5,106 acres of land. It was awarded to Costco Investment Nigeria Limited on 9th December 2011 at initial contract sum of above 2 billion naira and later revised to above 3 billion naira in August 2020. The new Secretariat complex has facilities such as 498 office spaces, exhibition hall, banking hall, post office, reception, conference hall, 4 committee rooms and 300 parking spaces. It also has lift facilities, standby power generating set, solar power supply, well layout parking spaces and drainages, staff canteen, solar lights, fire hydrant, among others. In his remarks before commissioning the project, President Buhari described it as a symbol of effort and commitment of his administration to renew, upgrade and expand development infrastructure across the country, reduce cost of governance and improve service delivery, even as the administration comes to an end in days' time.
These are only symbols of our efforts and commitment to upgrade, renew, and expand Nigeria's stock of infrastructure.
Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Raji Fashola, who thanked President Buhari for the support to render services to Nigerians, said the project will help in achieving sustainable development.
It will impact Zamfara, Bayelsa, and Anambra again directly through their secretariats. This is a story of development and a story of people, all of which cannot be fully told here.
The contractor who handled the Anambra Secretariat complex, Chief Cosmas Agabo, said quality was the watchword in executing the project and called for maintenance as at when due. Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige, commissioned the Anambra Secretariat complex on behalf of President Buhari. At the event, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobele, represented Governor Chukwu Masoludo. Former Deputy Speaker of the Anambra State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Prince Chukwudi Orizu, also represented Engineer Ebele Ofunna Amako Okeke at the event. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
Anambra State government has entered a pact with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP, on key development areas in the state. A memorandum of understanding signing ceremony was performed at the executive chambers of Anambra State Government House in Oka, where Governor Chukwu Masoludo signed on behalf of the state government, while the leader of the UNDP team, representing the President, Mohamed Yahaya, signed on behalf of the UNDP. Our Government House correspondent, Ejika Abana, has the details.
The MOU has a 5-year lifespan with the option to be extended for another 5 years. The chairman of Anambra State Truth, Justice and Peace Commission, Professor Shidi Odinkalo, and others joined virtually. The MOU covers different areas in the state development initiatives, including youth agenda, inclusive growth, among others. Speaking before the MOU signing, Governor Soludo expressed gratitude to UNDP, whom he described as the state's major foundational partner. He stressed that the partnership is imperative because of what he described as a binding resource scarcity, adding that Anambra runs an open society concept where everyone has some contribution to make.
We see quite a good agenda for this partnership. And when I think of what it would take in terms terms of human and financial resources. It can be daunting. However, I am confident that with the kind of partnership that we have, and we're going to sign on this MOU today, these areas of collaboration. I'm glad how part of it is framed.
Giving a background to the ceremony, the Secretary to the State Government, Professor Solochukwu Lobelo, recalled how the governor met with development partners long before he was sworn into office, hinting that the UNDP has been supporting the state largely on ad hoc basis. He added that on recent weeks, UNDP has felt the need to consolidate the relationship with the state. Mr. Mohamed Yahaya spoke on the governor's vision for the state, stressing that UNDP usually tries to focus on places where they feel that their vision is strong, requesting to be part of the state's solution team. While expressing their willingness to support the current administration's vision on revenue generation and innovation, he noted that UNDP has competence and pointed out that the state has suffered from climate change, erosion, and so on, and stated that they are already engaging around the vision to ensure mitigation of environmental challenges. Speaking earlier, Professor Odenkalu, who thanked UNDP for the support given to the state in the search for a path to a livable homeland, stressed that the Truth, Justice and Peace Commission handed over the Inception Report in February 2023 with initial diagnosis, mapping of major themes and institutional recommendations. He added that in the next phase, they will hopefully commence public hearings as they had issued notices to communities in the state exploring a number of issue clusters. Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Right Honorable Uche Okafor, Chief of Staff to the Governor, Mr. Ernest Ezadri, members of ANAMBRA State Executive Council, Secretary of the Truth, Justice and Commission, Iyom Bianca Odumegojukwu, among others, were present at the event, which also featured the official opening of UNDP office in Oka.
Report by our Government House correspondent Ejika Bana was taken from our studios. Meanwhile, Governor Chukwuma Soludo has restated that his projects and programs in the state are aimed at building human capital and achieving sustainable development. Correspondent Joseph Eboche has more.
In the governor's remarks at a press conference in the ongoing Anambra State School Sports Festival, he highlighted benefits in sports and urged the students participating in the School Sports Festival to see it as an opportunity to discover their individual talents and rise to fame. Anambra State Commissioner for Local Government and Community Affairs, Mr. Tony Collins Nwabuwanne, who represented Governor Soludo at the event, said his ministry will give necessary support to ensure success of the event.
For us on the Ministry of Local Government, as you can see, my TC chairmen are here, apart from those who are very much engaged wherever they are. We are going to give a full support, we're going to give the fullest support to this festival.
Contributing, the State Commissioner for Education, Professor Ngozi Chumude, reminded all that aside economic benefits, sports is necessary in all-round development of every child, reason it is made part of school curriculum.
Sports, apart from having a health implication, also have a lot of what we can call a NAIRA, dollar, and pounds equivalent, something great that brings in sustenance to a human being. It is a skill on its own, which when developed, leads a child to a lifelong empowerment.
Earlier in his address, the chairman of Anambra State Sports Development Commission, Mr. Patrick Estate Onyedum, announced that at the close of registration exercise for the event, a total of 610 schools, including primary and secondary, across the 21 local government areas of the state, enrolled to participate in the sports festival, which kicked off on 17th May at community level and will have its grand closing ceremony at state level on 24th June 2023. The sports chairman, who thanked the governor for approving the sporting event 10 years after it was held last in the state, expressed confidence that at the end of the tournament, young Anambra athletes would have been raised for the National Youth Games scheduled for September this year and to take Anambra back to its glorious days in sports when the state produced national champions in different sporting events.
We are determined to make Anambra the #1 talent hunt destination for national and international scouts in different sporting events.
The Transition Committee Chairman of Idemili North Local Government Area, Mr. Chuks Brown Ibanwa, and his Idemili South counterpart, Honorable Amaka Obi, said Governor Soludo has done great by approving the sports festival, just as he is championing development in all aspects of the state economy and promised to promote the sports festival in their local government areas. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
About 250,000 in the ANAMBRA are to be gainfully empowered within the next 9 months by Hope for Nigeria initiative. This was made known by the National Coordinator, Hope for Nigeria Initiative, Kenny Cholaye, during the inauguration of the Anambra chapter of the organization in Oka. Our correspondent, Ngozi Obleri, covered the event and now reports.
Held on the 24th of May 2023, the inauguration of Hope for Nigeria initiative was attended by the state and all the 21 local government areas coordinators and others who would work for the progress of the project. Hope for Nigeria initiative was designed to provide employment for 7,500 in the Anambra who are experts in various fields of endeavor for 9 months. It is designed in such a way that 200,000 persons will be trained in various skill acquisition programs, while the rest 50,000 persons will be trained.
We move on now. A group of ad hoc staff that worked during the February and March general elections in Anambra State have stormed the Anambra Broadcasting Service (ABS) in protest over the non-payment of the allowance by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) in Anambra State. The group was received by the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the ABS, Tachido Bidegu, at the station's corporate headquarters, Aroma Junction, Oka. Correspondent Blessing Dennis filed the report.
Evidence of work done. Evidence of work done.
The grief ad hoc staff alleged that INEC authorities in the state refused to pay their stipends for the February 25th and March 18th general election that they have worked for. Speaking on behalf of the protesters, Mr. Okika Collins debunked payment of any stipend, adding that they have carried out protests to INEC Resident Commissioner Dr. Queen Elizabeth Agu, but they are yet to receive any payments.
So that's why we came back to the INEC office today, because we told those in the office that if by Friday we don't receive this payment, that will be coming back. Because she said the calculations she saw reflect that she has made payment, but from the platform we are, all collation officers that did this job, everybody, none expressed that they have received any alert from the INEC portals of Oka.
Contributing, Engineer Okechukwu Ezane, another ad hoc staff, explained that election duty is a national call, which they have answered, risk their life to work during the election, only for them to be denied their payments. It will be recalled.
I here particularly to say that the 92% statistics churned out as persons who have been paid by Anambra State INEC is wrong. INEC should pay us. They should pay us. Allowing this matter to linger on is giving INEC, Anambra, INEC should call the woman to bad name.
It will be recalled that the INEC ad hoc staff held a peaceful protest sometime last week when it was reported that the Anambra INEC rec said she paid all the ad hoc staff that worked for them during the last general elections. Receiving the group, the ABS MD, Sachido, advised them to be calm and not to take laws into their hands, but be assured that the issue will be looked into with a view to ensuring that their demands are met. From ABS corporate headquarters in Oka, Blessing Dennis, ABS News.
And then moving on to the national scene, President Muhammadu Buhari has received copies for his asset declaration form at the State House in Abuja. Mr. Buhari received the form from a delegation of the Code of Conduct Bureau led by its chairman, Professor Isa Mohammed, who arrived at the Aso Rock Villa. This is in compliance with the provision of the 1999 Constitution, which mandates all public offices to declare their assets and liabilities on their assumption of office and the end of their tenure. The Asset Declaration Form is a schedule of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and is mandatory for all elected, appointed, recruited, and contracted public officers. Declarants are required by law to state their assets, liability, including that of their spouses, who is not a public officer, and children under 18 years of age, and submit same to the Bureau within 30 days of the receipt of the forms. the President-elect Bola Tinubu, the Vice President-elect Kashim Shettima, and 28 incoming governors and their cabinet members, as well as the State Assembly members, are also expected to submit their asset forms to the CCB. According to guidelines published on the CCB website, failure to declare the asset may result in removal from office, vacation of the official seat in any legislative house, as the case may be, imposition of fine, disqualification from membership of a legislative house, and from holding of any public office for a period not exceeding 10 years, and seizure and forfeiture of any property acquired in abuse or corruption of office. Mozambican cabinet has approved a bill proposing pay cuts for ministers, deputy ministers, state secretaries, and members of the parliament as the government grapples with a rising wage bill. Finance and Economy Minister Max Tonella said the proposal was also seeking to address concerns over provincial assembly members' salaries, which he said contradicted the principles of fair pay. Mr. Tonella said some of their salaries were significantly higher than those paid to other executives and specialized professionals. He did not indicate the amount of the proposed cuts. The pay cuts will not be applicable to the public servants whose salaries were adjusted under the Unified Pay Scale (TSU) approved this year. The move comes nearly 2 weeks after the International Monetary Fund highlighted the need for the government to reduce public wage expenditure. The wage bill will be submitted to the Parliament for debate before it is passed into law. The Flying Eagles of Nigeria traveled to face Brazil at the La Plata on Saturday after securing a spot in the round of 16 following their 2-0 stunning win over Italy on Wednesday, and head coach Ladan Bosso has hinted about rotating his squad. A Salim Fago flying header and a Jude Sunday's added time strike condemned Italy to a defeat at the Mendoza Stadium on Wednesday as the Flying Eagles avenged their 2-0 defeat to the Europeans at the 1987 edition of the competition in Chile. On the back of a 3-2 win over Brazil in their opening game, the Italians were favorites, but the Flying Eagle matched the Europeans in a different manner from their first match against the Dominican Republic, which trailed Bosso. Bosso heaped praises on his players for sticking to their tactics against Italy as they recorded their second win at the ongoing Under-20 World Cup holding in Argentina. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television Oka, or on Twitter at ABS Radio TV. You can also follow us on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now, the main points before we go. We told you that ANAMBRA have witnessed the commissioning of a new multi-billion naira federal secretariat in the state capital. Anambra State has received boost in development through partnership with United Nations Development Program. Also, we told you that Code of Conduct Bureau Chairman Issa has given President Buhari his end-of-tenure declaration form in the State House. Also, Mozambique government has proposed a bill to cut salaries of top government officials. We remind you that Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that's the news this morning. Thanks for joining us. I am David Okpokwasele. The weekend show continues right after now. Stay with us.